So this guy, and I've legit never seen this before, so I really want to get your thing on it.
Yeah, sure.
Dude put up a bunch of screen caps saying Destiny's little gang were involved in grooming a 12-year-old
Oh yeah,
in their
the
Twitch
baby
chat.
Mookie shit. Yeah,
So what is that? Like, what's the story on that?
so basically, we ran into this weird issue. I don't. It said 2015, but I thought this was long ago. But we ran into this issue where there was somebody in chat claiming to be like a 12-year-old girl. We've had people do this before, where they like pretend to be like a little girl because kids are into fucking lolicon or some crazy fucking perverted shit. I don't know, but we thought that it was a fake at first. Like, there's no way that this is actually like a 12-year-old chick. So I think a couple people like goaded her like, oh, like get on Skype and stream a game or some shit, and she did, and we found out, oh shit, it's actually like a 12-year-old chick. That's really weird. And then my community went through like some really weird shit where we had to decide like whether or not we should ban this person or not. Some people were making the argument that having like underage girls in the chat was really weird and that we should ban them. But then other people were making the argument like, well, we have like 13, 14, 15-year-old guys that view our stream. Do we just ban somebody just for being an underage girl? So we went back and forth on that for a while. But then there were like chat logs that were getting leaked that were really fucking weird, where people were like, I know that different people have different interpretations of what like the word grooming means, but people that were too old that were talking to her in ways that weren't like outright sexual, but were just really creepy. So I think at the end of the day, we just we ended up banning, like perma-banning a few people, and then we just banned her because there was some really weird shit going on with her too.
No, they said that the she got banned, the Milku or whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
But they said that a mod later came in and unbanned her.
Well, she got banned and unbanned a couple times. I think originally my main mod banned her, and then I think I unbanned her because it just seemed weird to ban somebody just because they were a 12-year-old girl. And then I don't know how many times she got banned or unbanned because we went like back and forth on this for a while. But then ultimately, because of just weird shit that was happening, we decided to ban her. The weirdest part, and it's funny because I don't think anyone on Twitter even caught this. The most scandalous or weirdest part is that she released like this is why I think this happened way long ago, because I think on Ustream, she released a video where she was like moaning into the microphone or some shit, and it was just way too fucking weird. And I didn't want the FBI like trolling around in my chat, like looking for shit. So we just ended up banning her and then everybody that we thought was like heavily involved in the grooming.
Yeah, because I saw comments where they were like, hey, you better do this within a few minutes. You better stream for us or else. Did you ban the people that were making the demands, grooming her?
Most of them. I don't know if I banned those people. I would have to go back and look at the time. Like I said in the beginning, the whole point was just a lot of people didn't think it was actually a 12-year-old girl. We've had a few people in my chat who pretend to be, or like people will fuck around and pretend to be like underage chicks or whatever. So I think most of the people that were driving her to stream just wanted to see if it was actually a girl. So I don't think we banned those people, but I'd have to go back and read specifically. The people that ended up getting banned were the people that were like, that had really long PM histories with her and were saying things in chat that were just like, not like outright bad, but just too creepy for like a way that a 19-year-old should be talking to like a 12 or 13-year-old, like getting a little bit too close. I don't know how else.
So this wasn't you then? Like you weren't the one making her do streams and shit?
No.
Okay.
If I mean, like applying, or not to be mean, but like applying common sense, like if I was forcing her to do anything, those logs would be out immediately.
Yeah, there was another thing too, Brittany Vance, I'm sure, who's your favorite person on earth, threw this up. Did you admit to jacking off or almost jacking off to pictures of a 15-year-old that were sent to you?
So
they said there were chat logs confirming
Yeah, so there's a chat log a long time ago that got leaked after I was a huge asshole to some chick. I called her ugly. I shouldn't have. It was a mistake on my end. But basically, in the course of this chat log, I was talking with a bunch of other esports guys, and we were basically talking about how crazy the fucking jailbait is in the gaming communities. It's ridiculous. Or at least it was back then. I imagine it still is. And in the purview of that conversation, I think I said something along the lines of like, there are 15-year-old chicks that are like hot as fuck that will like try to send you pictures to like fuck you at events and shit. And it's like, you have to be really careful when you navigate that. I've never sent pictures of 15-year-olds to somebody, and to my knowledge, I've never gotten underage pictures. I say that because I don't know if like an 18-year-old chick or 19-year-old chick lied and is 17 or some shit. But to my knowledge, I've never received underage pictures, and I've never passed around underage pictures.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself, and she's hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I
Wait,
think
how
I said
old was she?
she said she was 15.
So you did get pictures from a 15-year-old?
Not nudes though. Sorry, I should specify.
Okay, but yeah, because you just said that no, you didn't get pictures from people.
Yeah, sorry,
Not that you knew.
I meant to. I'm talking about nudes when I'm talking about pics. But yeah, no, she's. I know what she looked like. Like she sent me like her Facebook profile, and I think a couple pics of her like at the beach or some shit. But
in swimwear.
Yeah.
So you're getting swimwear pics from 15-year-olds?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. This shit is fucking crazy. Shit is fucked. No, it's fucked, dude. I totally fully.
That is fucked up.
It's
Hey, Destiny.
but again, like I've never fucked around with a 15-year-old or anybody underage. Like if that shit happened, you better believe that shit would have been leaked when I was in the StarCraft community.
Did you contact your parents and say, hey, your child's engaging in dangerous behavior that may put her at risk with
You
predators?
should contact the parents, Destiny. I could have swore somebody said that a minute ago.
Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna get into that. I just stopped talking to her when I found out she was 15. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna message her like, hey, by the way, I'm an adult.
talking
Wait,
to her.
whoa, stop the car. Stop the car. Jim, did you hear that?
What's that? What did I hear?
But
talking-
Destiny said he was talking to her before that, and he stopped talking to her.
Wait a minute. Yeah, Destiny, you said you weren't talking to her. Now you're talking to her. She didn't send
What?
pics. Now she sent pics. What's going on?
Wait, what do you mean stop? How would she send me pics if we weren't chatting?
Oh,
So you were
no.
chatting with her.
Yeah,
So
we were
when-
chatting
when
with
did
her.
she inform
sent me
you that she
pictures
was
or whatever? And then after we had talked for a while, I think we were talking about like some event coming up, and she mentioned that she was 15, and I was like, oh, holy shit, you're way too fucking young. Never mind. And then we pretty much just stopped talking. Yeah, as soon as I found out she was 15, that shit was weird as fuck. I didn't know she was 15 from the original picture she
Hey,
sent.
Destiny. So
Original
then-
picture. You get
Wait. So, when did you stop talking to her? The timeline between that and her sending you that picture.
She had like I don't remember, we were chatting originally and she had sent me some pics or whatever to prove that I don't know that she was who she was. I don't remember. This is like fucking 5 or 6 years ago. And then after we had chatted for a while, she had revealed that she was like 15 years old. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we just stopped talking because that sounds like a horrible fucking idea. I'm not gonna get involved in that shit. Fuck that.
But you didn't masturbate to the photo at all?
No, I have porn on the internet. Why would I masturbate to bikini photos?
You never
of people?
had dirty conversations with her because you said you didn't know how old she was.
No,
till she
definitely
was
not.
later. You
No.
never jacked off of that picture. There's no chat logs of that.
No.
Of you saying that or bragging about that.
So she just
Wait, no chat
she
logs?
just
Why would there be
sent a
chat- why would there be
swimsuit picture.
Catalogs of no. Why would I jerk off to swimsuit pictures?
I don't know. People are saying they're chat logs of you talking about girls sending you pictures and bragging about it. So I'm just saying, like, there's no chat
I'm not
logs out
bragging
there. Of
about it.
you.
We were having a conversation about how fucked
mean,
up it
they're-
was. It wasn't like these
they're
really
in
hot
the- let me-
teenagers
let me
trying to
see if
like
I can
fucking
find this.
jailbait you into like fucking like destroying your life at like an event or some shit.
Do you have these screenshots on hand, Jim, or do you want me to
There
go
should
and
be.
see
You
if I
don't
can
need
find them?
screenshots. There should be a paste.
Oh, hold on a second. Here's the thing. Someone says, yeah, you forget that 15-year-old, obviously, but then you said, Pam, no, those aren't fake. What aren't fake?
I don't know. I'd have to see the log.
Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
Those aren't fake. Could they be referring to her tits?
They're talking
Yeah,
about
maybe,
the
but I don't-
15-year-old girl, and he says those
I
aren't
don't think it was
fake.
about the 15-year-old, but yeah, it might be. I mean, like, I don't have to like look at the logs to know that I never saw naked pictures.
But
of
what would they
15-year-olds,
be
so.
referring to if you hadn't shared the picture with them for them to be commenting upon here, Steve?
Oh, then no. Then it would have been the other girl. It would have been Nicole.
But they're talking about the 15-year-old.
I mean, they can't be. I mean, you could show me the pastebin. I never sent picture because I deleted this chick off my Skype and I deleted anything that she had sent me like as soon as I found out she was 15. So there's no way that I could have sent any pictures to these guys.
Yeah,
I
because
wasn't
that
following
would be real bad if you're sending out exotic or semi-erotic pictures of a girl you know is 15 to other people in a group. That would be bad.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the best of looks. Dude, you're
It's all
getting
good.
pictures from 15-year-old girls, sharing them to your fucking buddies. You're not
I
shocking
didn't share a
anybody.
picture of a 15-year-old any fucking dude.
That's not what it looked like.
And I
Them
deleted
chat
that
logs
shit.
don't look like
All
they're
right, I'm gonna
lying.
get into my email right now. I'm gonna email you a picture of a 15-year-old.
While he's grabbing the email, the chat logs read, I have so many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to meet and hook up. What was the next thing he said? Dude, she's 15. What the fuck? But she sent me pictures. That made it so hard. And someone said she's huge. So it
Wait, I'm
feels
sorry,
like
did you
somebody
say
saw something there because
that
someone
made
said
it so
she's
hard?
if anybody, yeah, these chicks are hot as fuck. I can't
Wait,
help
wait,
it.
wait.
Hold on, but it says she's huge. So did you share the picture right there?
No. The she's huge is referring to a different girl that we were talking about in the conversation. That's the one who originally burned me. Why these logs are leaked.
Okay, all right.
Um,
But no, you said she sent me pictures that made it so hard. So when you saw a 15-year-old girl, you were sexually attracted to her.
sure, yeah,
So I'll confront you, Destiny.
yeah. What's
you,
up?
All right, did you post that picture of the 15-year-old?
In your
Yeah, I
the
mean, it looks
chat?
like
In the chat after knowing she was 15.
I guess if I said it, yeah. Sure.
in the video,
It's
yeah,
in the
he knew.
basement. Yeah, if that's what's in the
You
basement, yeah,
fucking lying
Why
little
would you
pedophile.
post that picture, dude?
Because we were talking about fucking 15-year-old fans.
And
Yeah, I thought you posted that thinking that she was not. I mean, she was 18.
No, when she sent me the picture, I
But
thought
dude,
that she was 18.
told
knew
you
she
you
was
gave him too
15,
much credit, Andy.
Yeah, if you knew she was 15, then why would you post that fuck? Okay, now this changes my perspective. I thought
you.
you thought,
Not a nude picture.
you
Andy.
said-
It's not
you
a fucking nude picture.
but she's 15 in a bathing suit, dude.
Sure, it was a dumb thing to do. It's 5 fucking years ago. I'm not like going to sit here and tell you that I should
Then
be
stop
posting pictures
fucking
of her.
acting like it's fucking nothing and cut
you-
I
the
didn't
bullshit
ask
you're
you
doing.
something. It's a 5-year-old fucking post.
You
of a
made it
catalog,
seem
dude.
like you
This
made
is
it
why
seem
people
like,
will beat your fucking ass.
Wait,
This is why they
you-
fucking
You're not
hate
beating
you.
anybody.
Wait,
man.
wait,
You
wait.
can't
Dude,
even
I'd
find
beat the
fucking-
fuck
Wait,
out of
listen.
you.
Put a
Don't
5-year-old
kid
kid on a
yourself.
fucking map.
Don't
Oh,
kid
shit,
yourself. I'd
motherfucker.
fuck the shit out of you.
you made it seem like the moment you found out. And by the way, if anyone wants to like be careful or double check.
Yeah, then when I found out that she
Yeah,
was
wait,
18,
wait,
she
wait,
was
no,
under 18, I stopped talking to her. Yeah,
earlier
You
in
fucking
this
leaked the
chat-
15-year-old, you
Hey,
fucking
listen,
piece of shit.
Earlier in this chat, if you rewind it, the moment you found you said the moment you found out she was 15, you backed off. But
And you
for-
deleted it. You
That's a
got rid
lie.
of it. You're a
I
fucking
stopped
liar.
talking to her and I like removed my
You're a
fucking shit off
fucking
Skype and
liar.
shit. Yeah.
I thought you thought she was 18, and then you probably shared the picture. But no, you lied. Not only
No,
did you-
dude. Why? No, I didn't. I
You
didn't
said
think
you
she was 18 to
forgot,
share the
but no-
picture. It was in the context of the conversation, Andy.
No, you
Dude, if
fucking
you-
lied. You're
Holy
a fucking
shit.
lying
You're
so
so
scumbag.
triggered, dude. Sit the fuck
Destiny.
down. kid.
Yes, I get
Holy
triggered by
shit.
pedophiles. I will
Why-
fuck your
wanna sit
fucking
here,
face,
like,
and don't you
dig
kid
through
yourself
a fucking
about it.
chat log from 2012. I don't
Wait,
know. I
wait.
probably said a lot of fucking stupid shit.
I
back then.
imagine
Yeah,
that if
I
you were a
posted picture. It
fucking
was fucking
pedo in
stupid,
2012, you're probably
But it's not
fucking
a
one
stupid
now.
fucking picture. I'm not doing
Destiny.
anything illegal. I'm not
Beat
sharing
your
fucking
goddamn
child porn.
ass.
This guy is
Destiny.
triggered out of his fucking
Hey,
mind.
Destiny.
He's no
Your
fucking
goddamn
Destiny.
ass.
Yeah, what's up?
If you forgot what happened, then why did you make up a story and tell us that earlier?
I didn't forget what happened for shit.
You fucking lied. There was nothing
Jim-
about the
Jim
earlier
brought
story
up-
that's
Jim
true, you
brought up
fucking
something about-
liar.
Jim brought up something about talking about the
And
chick's
you
tits. The
made
only thing that I
shit
remember
up.
from that conversation was talking about the tits of the original girl that I was talking about. If you scroll down in that
A
conversation, there's a
15-year-old man?
No. The one who originally leaked these logs. Okay, I thought that's what I was talking about. If you scroll down at the end of the conversation, you see that's what we're talking about. I forgot that it happened in the beginning. I'm sorry, dude. I did. It's legitimately my mistake. I'll own it. It was my mistake. I referenced it obviously in these
That's
chat logs.
disturbing,
But again,
man.
like these chat logs are fucking 5 years old, dude. I don't remember every fucking thing that I said in them. I
How
know
old
that
were you then?
I
How old
I don't
were
know,
you?
probably 23, I guess.
Dude, you can't be fucking posting fucking pictures of fucking 15-year-olds in their bathing suit. You know that, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. And I wouldn't do it now. I don't do it now. I think it's pretty wrong. I mean, it was stupid to do it back then. There's a lot of fucking stupid shit back then. Sure.
It's not pretty wrong. It's very wrong.
I mean, they're not nude pictures, but yeah, I would agree with you. But like this guy over here is acting like I'm literally fucking 15-year-olds and sharing their fucking nudes.
You're
like, these
sharing
were
their
pictures that the
fucking
chick had
pictures,
posted on
and
her
you
fucking
know that they're
Facebook.
15. You're
These
talking
are
about her
pictures.
sexually in your fucking
They're
chat
literally-
logs.
they're literally
Why are you pretending you're not talking about her sexually?
Hooking up with 15-year-olds.
You're talking about how you were gonna hook up with her.
Somebody said, just
Not
tell her
somebody,
not to,
you little piece of shit.
Somebody,
Hey,
so
wait.
I
Hey,
said
Destiny,
he wants to
Destiny.
meet and hook up, and the
God,
guy
I wanna
said,
snatch
yeah.
this
Tonka,
little
And I
Tonka.
said, dude, she's 15. What the fuck?
Hey, hang on. I have someone who wants to hop in. By the way, I closed the chat, Tonka. It's unreadable at this point. And that fucking Carl guy is
There's like
just
2,000
he's calling me an
people in this video.
SJW right now because he's a fucking faggot who doesn't know how to fucking make it an actual insult. Anyway, the girl who sent me the DM, you could swing on in, by the way. You're an SJW, Andy. I've been spending my fucking 2 years bashing SJW.
Wait,
So you're
this
fucking...
isn't Aiden, is it?
No. She doesn't want to talk to you either. Don't worry.
No, yeah, that's good.
All right.
Aiden,
So,
Roman
person,
millennial.
hop in, girl. No, not Roman
The
Melania.
Guardian says he clearly heard Destiny stated that as soon as he found out about the girl being 15, that he broke contact and
That's
deleted
why
everything
I'm
he got from
mad.
her. We all heard that, Guardian. He's full of shit.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I pretty much
fucking
thought
busted.
I admit it. Like I might have remembered.
Lied.
You didn't remember it wrong. You fucking lied. If
Andy,
you don't
one
remember,
second,
you say
Andy.
you don't remember. You don't make up a
Beginning of
fucking
the
story, you little
conversation,
piece
Andy,
of
at the
shit.
beginning- I mean, everybody in esports, being honest, right? I mean, I could sit here and lie to you guys, but I don't give a fuck. I'm too old and I don't care anymore. Like everybody's gotten pics and more from underage chicks, depending on what you.
No, I don't. I've never gotten
Let me finish. In the esports community, okay, everybody has been involved in that shit, okay.
So,
and there have been people that
wait,
have
wait,
gone
wait.
way
Do
farther than
you,
that.
do you know
Huh?
people in the esports community that
I'm
have?
not. Yeah, but
underage-
I'm not going down that road. There's tons.
No,
of
wait, no. Wait a minute. If you're
Oh.
saying you have knowledge of a crime and you're not willing to bring it forward, doesn't
Can
that
you
make
only
a
bring
shitty
it up if
person?
you lose a debate to someone?
No, because it's all fucking hearsay and shit. And I didn't bring this up. JF was the one that originally brought this up. That's the only reason we're talking about this shit. But I'm not gonna go. But a lot of it
How
is based on
prolific
hearsay.
in esports is it? How many people in esports have pictures of underage girls?
I'm not gonna get it.
Come on.
Destiny.
It's a huge. Listen, like people have been banned from Twitch for making these accusations and shit before. I'm not going down this road.
But,
We're
but,
not on Twitch. We're on YouTube.
I'm on Twitch right now. I'm always fucking
Hey,
streaming, man.
Destiny.
It's my hustle. What?
but you always go after people and their characters and the
No,
and the
that's
thing-
not
the
true.
past
No,
they've
Andy,
done.
that's
Yes,
not
you
true,
have.
Andy. That's absolutely not true. Don't lie to me like that. The only reason this is all this JF started. Okay, just real quick, responding to things like so. A ton of people gotten pics of shit from 15-year-olds. I've never pursued anything, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say like, oh, like 16, 15, 14, or whatever year old. Like
But
they're
throw the
teenagers.
caveat in there. It's esports. Normal people don't get naked pictures.
Yeah,
or
sure.
erotic
Well, normal
pictures.
people don't get pursued by fucking shit because you're fucking normies, dude. Come on. So I'm not gonna
Wait,
sit here
your
and lie.
definition of not
What?
being a normie is child pornography? That's
No,
a
my
fucked definition.
normie is not having like tens of thousands of people that are like constantly watching your every fucking move and like underage chicks hitting you up all the time and like scamming fucking people like hitting you all the time. Like this shit is fucking crazy, dude.
I'm not denying you guys got to watch out for getting scammed. I don't blame you. I'd be paranoid as shit. But it just
Sure.
surprises me if you're willing to bring the thunder down on people like Jeff. I'm sure you disagree with people like, what's
Okay.
his name? Milo Yiannopoulos. All the shit where.
So
Do you remember this stream where Milo went on and said, I went to Hollywood parties where they had underage kids, but then he
Mhm.
wouldn't name any names? Or when he went in front of an audience and said, I'm willing to talk about Hollywood, and then said, no, I can't. Washington told me I can't. Like, you'd come down on that kind of shit. But
He actually
Um,
did
well,
come
no,
down on
no,
that shit. He
no, I
did come down
never
on it.
come down on that shit. Whoever said that, that's not true.
No,
So
no,
I
you
feel-
came down on
You're
that
telling me-
particular interview.
you're telling me,
I
though,
came
that
down
esports has
on
an issue.
Milo advocating for underage gay relationships. That's the specific thing I came down. I don't know what else.
But
he said.
dude, you just told me that esports has this issue. If you know that shit's going on, shouldn't you say something?
Well, people talk about it, but like I don't have the means to go and acquire the evidence to like find to like name names and name victims.
Break
and, like,
Dorito
fucking-
Gate right now, Destiny. Come on.
Let's hear it.
This is not my
Come
job.
on.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna be frank. I'm not gonna
MLG
suicide
stands
my
for
fucking
I Live
career to
Girl.
go on some
Come on.
fucking vendetta against a bunch of fucking video game guys. Okay, this is not my life. All right, someone else can take up this fucking mantle. It's not my
Alright.
shit. All right.
Okay, you know what?
So,
yeah, we're
okay,
not gonna do that.
So
Okay.
back
So
in
you're,
the
wait,
and the
wait,
DDoS
wait,
thing.
wait.
Okay,
One
wait.
last thing, Destiny. So
Okay,
you're
yeah,
willing to
go
you're willing to let kids get hurt.
No, I didn't say that.
If you know what's
That's
going
what
on
you
and you
said.
won't
So
do anything,
you're
you're
presenting
willing
this,
to let kids get hurt.
so you're presenting this view right now that I could go and expose people for sure, and that I could
You
expose.
just said you had information on
I didn't say that. I said that there is a ton of hearsay about particular people, but I don't have logs or proof where I could come and drop bombshells.
it. Is the hearsay going through communication? Like, is it talk or is it logged in Skype chats or something?
It's like it would be like ambiguous logs and like tons of different chatter. But like in terms of like, is it actually true? Like I would have to make an effort to go out and do research to figure out what's
Come on,
true, what's
Destiny.
not
This
true.
is your calling. You could be
It's
the guy.
absolutely not my calling. I would
You
rather
could be
argue
the
about
dude to save
pedophilia and
esports.
incest and talk about how hot 15-year-olds. I would rather do that shit a million times over before diving into like exposing people on fucking esports. Fuck that shit, right?
You had a bit of a tiff. I was trying to explain this to them. I think I did it as best I could. You had a bit of a tiff with a kid that was knocking you every time you'd go on stream. He'd, packet bomb you or whatever the fuck he was doing, and he'd knock you
Yeah, a
off.
kid that I wanted to kill. I still stand by that. Fuck that dude and his family.
Oh, I did troll the shit out of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, I was so, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of... Oh my god. Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking every. You have no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting an interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything. Holy fuck.
But go ahead back to your story about killing a teenager.
Okay, so like this is the story with all of that. Okay, so basically, one day my internet drops out. Okay, and I don't really know what's going on. And this ends up becoming like a pattern of like my internet fucking up over the course of the next like few months. And I call the internet service provider to my house. I get trucks rolled out probably like 12 times within like a 3 or 4 month period, because it seems like every time I'm starting to get into my stream, my shit is starting to get dropped. And after a few months, some kid contacts me, Jacob contacts me on Skype, and he starts making fun of how he's DDoSing my shit. I was like, okay. The way that he messaged me and everything was really stupid. I pulled his IP off Skype. We did a whole bunch of fucking homework, and we eventually found all of his information over the course of like the next month. We found out everything about this kid. So to set this up correctly, so I know that a lot of people are like, you got really, yeah, well, yeah, of course. A lot of people, what?
No, I was just saying, okay, you.
Oh yeah, of course, full docs. Yeah, no, if somebody's DDoSing, yeah, I'll dox the fuck out of you. I don't give a fuck. I'll dox it and release it publicly. I honestly do not give a fuck about these people. So this kid, to set the story, a lot of people are like, oh, you wanted to kill a kid or whatever, blah, 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 because he was interrupting your video games. It's not my video games, okay? I have a child. I have a house. I've got bills. I have a life. Like, this is my job. And it would, like, the equivalent would be, people laugh like he's just DDoSing. The equivalent would be, let's say you drive to work every day. Let's say some guy runs outside every single day and slashes your tires. Like, it's literally that. So I was losing.
But you did want to kill him, though.
Yeah.
You wanted to kill him, and then you.
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah, I did. So let me get to the.
Let him tell him. Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Go ahead.
So basically, after a few months of this, I find all the information on him. I'm really happy because I figure I just give a call to his dad, and after I call the dad, we'll get everything squared away. So I call the father and I say, "Hey, your son is involved in some really fucked up shit. He's fucking my shit up. I can't work. I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, we're getting into the 5-figure range of revenue lost. I can't do my job. I've got a kid. You've got a kid. You should know what this is like." After having this phone call with the father sends me the most condescending email I've ever gotten in my entire life. Basically, he said, do you want the email? I actually saved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I want to hear what he sounded like. I'm kind of curious, to be honest.
Yeah,
And then
sure.
I want to hear how you would have murdered them.
I assume that, judging from the comments you've made and the people you've argued with, you are not in favor of white nationalism. You would like white nationalists and the concept of white nationalism more or less abolished from political discourse.
Or we could use the word eliminated. Yeah. I think that under, this sounds bad, but under their system, it is morally justifiable for them to be killed by certain people, I think. If you advocate for the genocide of a group of people, then it is not morally inconsistent to eliminate that group of people. I don't believe so. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm certainly of that opinion. And I'm trying to keep it within the legal modes of political violence here, just for ease of debate.
Usually when I'm thinking of like moral or ethical, I'm not usually considering legal, but I guess legally it would be different. But just looking at it from a moral system, right, that if you have a moral system that shows that you can use political violence to excise a people from a country, then those people are, within their moral bounds. And my system to excise real violence against you, I would say, yeah.
Well, I think the morality is somewhat applicable to the whether or not the system is currently legal, because if you engage in forms of illegal political opposition, you are, and this is debatable, but this is an argument that I think at least has some merit, opening up the floodgates for that kind of retaliatory violence to be engaged with against you. However, all forms of legal non-rhetorical opposition are already engaged in by the alt-right against leftists. So there's no risk of us
Legal and extra legal, but yeah.
And extra, yes, absolutely. But there's no risk of us upping the ante by engaging in legal forms of political opposition. Illegal forms, yeah, maybe in some instances, but legal, unquestionably, we don't raise the stakes. And I think that some moral contemplation comes into play as to whether or not we're threatening marginalized groups by maybe introducing violence to the stage. It's complicated, but I think it's easier when we're talking about legal forms of political violence.
Sure.
And you want to see this abolished from the political discourse. Not having them all killed, not having them all swept out of the country, but the idea, not a great one. Shouldn't be here, right?
Yeah.
The Nazis in this country, excluding those which are embedded in the government and in the police force, of which there are many, the ones who are just your rank and file citizens, the people who have the exact same legal rights as me, these people are, for the most part, uneducated, confused, and scared.
Yeah. like
And oh yeah,
the problem that I have with everything is it's the lack of an objective morality. This is just where I become uncomfortable making all of these statements. So let's I could give a few hypotheticals where I'm okay with punching Richard Spencer. Okay, if everybody shared my moral system, I would be so much quicker to jump on board with political violence. I would do it in a heartbeat. If I knew that most people or all people in the United States shared my moral system, then I would endorse political violence and extra legal violence 100%, because I would know for sure that the only people they would be targeting would be people that I would morally deem unworthy of moral consideration. I used moral twice there, but like people that I would deem unworthy of moral consideration. And in that case, I would say fine, go for it, because the people that the violence is being enacted on aren't worthy of moral consideration. However, the problem is that when I come out, if I say something like I'm okay with Richard Spencer being punched, I have to add that caveat, because there are a lot of people that would want to punch him who would want to punch a whole bunch of other people that I wouldn't be okay with punching. Does that make sense?
no, I agree completely, and that's what I mean by what kind of behaviors you'd be encouraging. If you start punching people you disagree with, and for all of the things Richard Spencer has done and said, and for all the arguments I could make against his political views, at the end of the day, I disagree with him is about all I can say in regards to justification for punching him on like a one-on-one in a vacuum context.
Wait,
And
hold on, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I mean to say that at the end of the day, regardless of the reasons for why I punch Richard Spencer, and regardless of how odious his political beliefs are, it would be seen as an act of me punching somebody I disagree with. And that would implicitly encourage the punching of people other people don't disagree with.
Oh, sure,
I'm
sure,
one
yeah,
of those
okay,
people
yeah, I
many
agree.
people don't disagree
Yep,
with.
I agree, okay.
I haven't gotten punched in the face since like 8th grade. I don't know if I could take the hit that well, to be perfectly honest. Right? Getting punched kind of hurts. It's not like in the movies, right?
No,
You gotten punched recently?
not recently, but if you get hit in the face, you're out pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of hurt. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy. I feel like I just get knocked the fuck over, though. I don't want to get punched in the face, but I want other people to get punched in the face. So I've had to develop and pardon me for sounding pretentious, I've had to develop a set of principles and of ways in which those principles could be practically enacted, which allow for the punching of Nazis and don't allow for the punching of me and my soft jaw.
So like somebody like Tara McCarthy, I think gets it.
No.
She earns
No,
it. But if
legal,
you're talking
legal.
well, but
Just
legal state
platform,
violence too.
just
So
college
like for instance, like Tara McCarthy will say things like the state should be allowed to force people to move, and if they don't, then they can do it under police force or whatever, right? That's like state violence,
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, I mean, I'm against state violence.
yeah, so like I
Mm.
think those people can earn it. Like if somebody does something to Tara McCarthy, I think she's earned that. That's fine, because she's engaged in a type of moral philosophy that opens her up to those sorts of legal or extra legal violent attacks. But over the past month, when I've engaged with people like JF or Andy Worski, not even as much, but people like the Ian Chung guy, the
What about
Brittany
Tonka?
Venti, the Tonka guy, like these are people that are so fucking far gone that like if something bad happened to them for like politically related shit, I don't even know if I would give a fuck. Like I don't even know if I would call that out. If like it would just be like,
And
well,
these are the representatives of their movement too.
yeah,
This
I
isn't
know.
even
That's
the
not
rank and
even the
file,
random
right?
people that are posting about me on Polar Kiwi Farms or any of that shit. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
These people are scarcely human.
Just the clear, concise. Did you ever dox them? Did you threaten to dox them? Where did that come from?
Right, now keep in mind, because I'm old, I'm not even sure what the term doxing means, right? Like
Doxing
this-
is when you threaten to release somebody's personal details, such as their full real name or address or place of work, on the internet for public consumption.
Right, okay, so Stephen, I ask you, if I said to you, right, let's just say people only thought you were Destiny and you streamed all your games with like an anonymous mask on, and then you did something that impacted on my career, or you did something that was questionable, and I said to you, I think you need to be publicly accountable for that. And then I found out who you were, and I said, perhaps if your information was public, you wouldn't act that way. And I think it could be in the public interest for people to know. Is that doxing?
Yes. To some extent, it is. For that,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So,
Yeah,
so like
I do-
in this day and age, your full name to some extent is almost inexorably tied to like your address.
But wait,
so
hold
you get
on.
into like this really weird, like wishy-washy area where it's like, okay, well, this moderator that fucked with me, his name is blah blah blah, and he should be held accountable. And then you have it where somebody Googles the name, and now their Facebook comes up, and because they're a friend of a friend, now they can see their address, and now all of a sudden, this guy's information, who's you only leaked his name, but now other more malicious people on the internet with nefarious intent have got his name and address. Now they're
Right, but
swatting
Steve,
him.
Okay,
People
think
that I personally have reached the stage where I would be okay with them being deplatformed in like a politically violent way would be people like Ian Chong or whatever, the Still Grace guy, people like the Brittany Venti, people like the Tonka girl, JF and Andy Worski. These are people that I would consider they've moved past that line for me personally, yeah.
Andy Worski pretty recently, right? You tried to get a redemption arc going with him, but it didn't
They
pan out.
call it a redemption arc, but no, I just think he's really, really, really fucking stupid.
Yeah, and it's a shame too. And I dislike the characterization of these demagogues as stupid. Not that they're not; they are. More so because I feel like a lot of people think that stupidity is the problem here.
Yeah,
when
let
it's
me say,
not.
I want to actually, I'll edit all of that out. I'm sorry. Let me get rid of all of the times I said stupidity. I believe that these people engage in intentional dishonesty, or they're
That's my shit.
yeah, that would be the thing. So that was my personal line that I've been struggling with over the past few weeks of thinking about internally, and I still haven't reached a conclusion. But that's like because like the big problem that we have with these conversations is that, and this is something that, and maybe I need to pick like a more concrete direction, is that I really don't have like a political agenda. Well, hold on. Now I've got to wonder if I actually care, because I've switched my stance on deplatforming and all that shit. I don't know if I actually give a fuck. Hold on, let me think. I might not actually give a fuck. I don't know if I do give a fuck, Derver. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. How do I explain to my daughter incest is wrong? Is it actually wrong? I don't know. This is a crazy fucking thing. Apparently this guy's got a daughter, and apparently one day the daughter goes up to the dad and talks about how, like, Dad, I'm not able to have an orgasm when I masturbate, I don't know why. And the dad was taken a little bit by surprise by it, and eventually the conversation came down to the daughter saying, why can't you just show me what it's like to have an orgasm or whatever, because I've read all this shit about it. And then he was like, well, I can't, incest is wrong, but the daughter is like arguing with him like crazy, and he doesn't have any rational arguments to defend that point. And I mean, I don't know, are there? Or we don't put like sexual relations like on a pedestal as much as we used to, but to some extent, people still value it a lot, right? Especially when you talk about things like, a lot of people will say like, oh, rape is worse than, getting beat up or stabbed. Well, I mean, is it really? Is it really? And basically he said that he pretty much figured that since he had nothing going for him, he was going to kill himself. And at the time, because of where I was at in my life, we talked a lot about it, and I was like, I mean, like, it's your life, dude. Don't let anybody else control you. If you really feel like killing yourself is the best thing, then by all means, like, fucking go for it. Personally, I disagree or whatever. And then he did it. So, I mean... Because there's two reasons why I'm not scared. One is because truth is the ultimate defense to defamation. You can't be sued for defame for spreading true claims about somebody, or claims that you believe to be true. And everything I've talked about is sourced in court documents. So like, I can't get sued for defamation. It's true. He already tried to sue somebody for defamation like this. Miss Norris or Horace or Harris, whatever her name was, and he lost horribly.
51,000 millimeters, 51,000 millimeters, 51,000 millimeters. This
Nice. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the bar of proof, like the bar for suing somebody for defamation when you claim to be a public figure, which he did in a cease and desist, is very, very, very high. It's very hard to actually win a defamation case because the standards you have to meet get much harder when you're a public figure. So he kind of fucked himself in his first cease and desist. But the ultimate kind of like, okay. The ultimate meme, though, is that you can countersue people if you can prove that it's like a frivolous lawsuit. I don't know what she's doing. And when he says stuff like this in his chat, like, I'm just going to make him waste money on lawyers, I feel like this is kind of like, I don't know what the standard is in court, but that kind of feels like frivolous lawsuits to me. Where is she dying at? Am I taking a JF court? No, I don't have anything to go to court with him for. I think I could take Aiden to court for the very specific claims that I'm doxing her and harassing her. She has no proof of these claims, and all the phone numbers she posted were from telemarketers. I think that she was malicious, and I think she was lying when she said that, and I think she knows she's lying when she said that. That's the only reason why I'm pushing that shit. But even that's just like a meme. I don't know if anything will come from that, and I just thought it'd be funny to do.
$5 from Blue Tea. That midget is gay.